Hi there guys, David Seymour, Nitty Gritty of Selling, and today is just a few ideas about how to do your business maybe just a little bit better than what you have been. It's nothing major, and it's not rocket science, but so many people forget some of the small, easy things to think about. So here we go. Firstly, a gentle reminder of that to get anywhere, you need to have a bit of a plan. And it's like going on a road trip. You plan where you're going, unless you're just doing one of those spontaneous ones, I guess. But generally, like when you're going on a holiday, you plan where you're going to go, where you're going to stay, how you're going to get there, and all those sort of things. It's the same in business. You need to have an idea of where you want to get to and how you're going to get it. And the best way you can do that is write it down. I've said it before, I'm going to keep saying it until you guys get it right. Write it down. Write your plan, write your goal, write your strategies down. Fine tune them, tweak them, change them if you need to as you go through. But if you don't start, then you're never going to get going. But what I mean is, when I say you're not going to get going, sure, you'll just keep plodding along doing what you've always done. And let's face it, if you are happy just doing what you're doing right now, what you've done for the last few months or for the last year or for the last couple of years, if you're actually really just happy to plod along at that level, stop watching, stop looking for information, stop doing anything else. Just do what you want to do, because obviously you don't really have that drive to be any bigger or better than where you are. And that's fine. Hey, not everyone wants to be the biggest or the best or the brightest or the most popular. And that's fine. I don't have a problem with that. But the reality is you do need to keep growing, even to maintain where you are, because others will overtake you and you'll just sink to the bottom slowly. So my suggestion is that you do plan where you want to be and how you're going to get there, and write it down. The next thing that I'm going to talk about very briefly today is personal branding. Now, recently I posted up an advert that I did on radio, and I've just put some pictures with it. Way back 2012, it was a David Seymour advert for LJ Hooker, and a good friend of mine, Erin, she posted on there because she works for the radio company, of course, but she posted on there, the king of branding. As for a personal brand, there are not many people out there who have that personal brand, and that's really what you need to build on, is build your personal brand. Building a brand doesn't necessarily cost a lot of money, but it takes a little bit of time. And once your brand is makes you world famous in your town, so to speak, business is going to be so much easier. So why wouldn't you want to improve your personal branding and improve and increase the amount of business that you're able to get because of it? It's really simple. I suggest, if you're looking down this avenue, is that you go and talk to some media people and come up with some strategies on how to build your brand. That's a really important one. But remember, building your brand doesn't actually involve I've got this new property. If you're a real estate agent, it's not, I've got this new property, look, I've sold this property, I've sold this property, I've sold this property. That in itself is not branding. That's just advertising your product and advertising the fact that you've sold it, which is your fucking job. So personal branding is about getting your name out there in an advertising campaign, not so much about, look at me, look at what I've got. So just remember that. It's about what you can do for other people. You need to probably consider getting over the emotional issues of, I don't like being on camera, or I don't like my voice, or on video or on radio and things like that. Get this, if you are talking to people face to face, they see your face, they hear your voice. On the phone, they hear your voice. Very little successful business people never meet nobody else. So you've got to go meet these people. So, none of us are really that dog butt ugly, I hope, that you can't say something on video or at least have a reasonable voiceover on a radio campaign, or even on a podcast or something like that. Come on, people, be a little bit braver, step outside your comfort zone and start branding yourself and promoting yourself. Have a think about this for one moment. The less that you promote yourself and brand yourself, the more opportunities for others, people out there, to be above you. So the less you do, the more likely other people are going to be above you in recognition of your industry and that sort of thing. So you need to step up. And it's not about being a tall poppy or anything like that, being that tall poppy syndrome. It's about playing a different game from all the others. Seriously, you need to actually consider how much better you could be if you're playing just a slightly different game. It doesn't take a lot to be a lot better than your competitors or even your colleagues. Have a little bit of a challenge in your office as to who's there. It doesn't matter. But you need to play that game of just standing out and being a little bit different, a little bit bolder, a little bit out there, so you get that recognition. And look, right now you might be thinking, oh, the market's great, or the business is good because we've just done this and we've just done that. But things change. The markets change. The financial climate changes, from season to season, and that can alter your stance very quickly unless you've got a really strong brand, and then you just keep trucking on. So that's the message today, really, is just build a strong brand that gets recognized. So even when you walk into a room, people go, oh, hey, you're with such and such a company, aren't you? Oh, I saw you had this, and that's what you want. So building your brand, part of that is going out and networking, being out there, meeting new people. Don't be a recluse. Be out there. Go and join organisations, join clubs, join the BNIs or the Chamber of Commerce in your area. Get known. Remember, I said a long time ago, one of my favourite phrases is, be seen, get known, move ahead. And that's all about personal branding. If you want some help, some tips, some ideas on what to do, happy to help. Any comments, fire them in below. I'm David Seymour. That's the nitty-gritty of selling today.